Hey guys, welcome to today's video, and today we're going to carry on what if Iroh had left with Aang. So where we left off, Aang had been blasted in the face with fire blasts from Ozai, who had been pinned down. So he fired this from his mouth. Aang is propelled into the wall and severely hurt. Now, Azula and her Dai agents are approaching. Iroh, Zuko, Sokka and Toph are left about to take them all on. So now, both doors where the Imperial Firebenders have left have been blocked off, so we don't have to worry about them for now. But as Iroh's preparing to fight the Dai agents and Azula, Ozai blasts out of a rock and fires a lightning blast right at his brother. It's then when Zuko jumps in the way and attempts to redirect the lightning, but it has the same impact as what it did in canon when he tried to direct the lightning blast from Azula that was aimed at Katara away. Zuko is left severely hurt. Iroh picks him up, puts his arms around him, and the only words that Zuko can muster out are, "Uncle, I'm sorry," before passing out. Now Zuko is now on the verge of death. Iroh, the usually calm and collected character in this show, he loses it. He's already lost one son. He's not going to lose another. He fires a blast straight at Ozai, propelling him into the wall now, and blasts Azula and all of her Dai agents. All at once, the agents are knocked out cold. Azula manages to avoid the blast and fires her own back at Iroh, who redirects it. This is an intense battle during which Iroh commands both Toph and Sokka to get Aang and Zuko out of there. So while this is happening, Iroh is trying to fight off Azula, who is pushing him back. Ozai manages to stagger to his feet, and both him and Azula fire the blast from both sides of Iroh, but he fires a fire blast at the ground to propel him above theirs, and their blasts collide, causing an explosion. It is in this moment where Iroh manages to escape and catch up to the others. The group manage to get out of the chamber and meet up with Katara and the others. It is here where Katara heals both Aang and Zuko, but Zuko is now actually in a coma. He is in no condition to even wake up. He may be externally healed, but he has suffered a lot of damage, and it'll take a lot of healing sessions to actually get him back on his feet. Aang is healed relatively easily compared to this. He's not at full strength, but he's back on his feet and willing to join the fight. It is now when the airships are heading towards all the boats. So Aang and Katara both head up like normal to try and stop as many as they can, with Iroh now firing lightning blasts from the ground, trying to blow up as many as he can. So during this time, the others are retreating, the entire troops are retreating, so Iroh manages to get away with Aang, Katara, and they bring Zuko with them as well as all of the young kids, and one boat full of adults managed to get away, the swamp benders and a couple of earth benders. So Sokka and Katara have to say goodbye to their father again, who decides that it is his job to stay there and protect the others and lead the lines, try and hold them off for as long as possible. So they get away, and Azula hasn't had her breakdown, essentially. She isn't trying to track down Zuko, Aang, or any of them, because she was incapacitated during the escape. She doesn't know where they're going, and there's not as much of a reason for her to do so. She believes that Zuko is probably dead, and they'll get their revenge on Iroh when they can. But Ozai, he has now decided that he needs to take a more brutal approach. Yes, he was going to burn the entire Earth Kingdom to the ground, but the sheer amount of troops that the Fire Nation have, he's sending some to the North Pole as well, something that Team Avatar will be completely unaware of. So they're sending them in the airships rather than boats as well, but we'll get to that when Sozin's Comet arrives. So this time Sokka does still go to the boiling rock. Zuko is partly recovered, but he doesn't go with him. Iroh does. And remember, he is still basically disguised. He won't have grown his beard back in this time or his hair, so he still looks enough different so that he won't be recognised. Eventually, basically the same outcome happens. They rescue Hakoda and Suki and manage to get away. Katara doesn't really have that bond with Zuko that she developed. Aang doesn't need to visit the dragons because he's being taught everything from Iroh anyway, so he is further along in his firebending training. So they manage to stay at the Air Temple until the day of Black Sun. Zuko has actually told them about the plan. Iroh has contacted the Order of the White Lotus, so the plan has changed. So he wants them to try and help stop the airships. So there is a little army there ready to take down the airships and Ozai. So Ozai's key focus is on the Earth Kingdom because they are the ones that have the most potential of stopping him. So he's there with his forces while Azula is leading the lines at the North Pole. So there is no one there actually guarding the capital. So Iroh has told Zuko that he must go to the Fire Nation capital just to claim the crown as soon as Ozai falls. Katara goes with him as per normal because I don't really see anything changing there. So now, well, obviously they're unaware that Azula won't be there anyway. So they head out and the battle is immense. So many of the airships are taken down very, very quickly actually, and Aang's battle with Ozai begins a lot sooner. So Aang hasn't gone through his emotional turmoil thinking, does he have to kill the Fire Lord? What will happen with what he does? Will it affect him? Because he's had Iroh with him the entire time. He's been aware of what Aang is going through, what he's thinking. So he's been talking him through it. So Aang hasn't had as much time to, well, essentially wallow in pity. He's not been constantly thinking about the thought of betraying who he is, what he stands for. Iroh has been helping Aang through this judgment, essentially teaching the young Avatar a different lesson to what the Lion Turtle originally did. So he's actually taught him that sometimes with certain people it is the just solution. Aang has come to the realisation that if all of his past lives, if Iroh thinks this, then it is probably the only solution. So he's not had to make as quick a judgment as what he initially did, because he only originally had a few days, whereas now he's had weeks to actually come to terms with it, talking to people to actually figure out what needs to be done. He is willing to kill the Fire Lord. So the battle is intense, with Aang knowing more firebending techniques. He's stronger, he's better than ever. And Ozai, it's pretty much more even this time, because Ozai was destroying Aang originally before he entered the Avatar state. But like in canon, Aang is forced into the Avatar state just by sheer luck, because there is actually no other way of him defeating Ozai. And that is just pure honesty. Ozai was too powerful a firebender. They built him up to be something immense, and Aang, despite mastering airbending, being close to mastering waterbending, being far along in his earthbending, and now far along in his firebending, he cannot take down Ozai. He is just too strong without the Avatar state. Now, Aang kills Ozai, but he feels something. There's a disturbance. The universe, there's an imbalance, and he meditates and goes into the spirit world where he talks to Avatar Roku, who lets him know that the Fire Nation are attacking the Northern Water Tribe and they are succeeding. The firebending normally would probably be enough to take down the Northern Water Tribe. But with Sozin's Comet now, they're just taking down all of the defences. They're working their way into the tribe very quickly. Aang comes out of the spirit world and tells them that they have to get to the Northern Water Tribe as fast as possible, but essentially it's too late. Fire Nation have wiped out every waterbender, every fighter in the Northern Water Tribe. They have nearly taken out every waterbender there is. That is where I will leave this video for now, guys. So what will happen next? I know this is taking like a massive turn from where it originally was. Has Zuko just become Fire Lord, or has Azula already got the crown? Will him and Katara know what's going on? Let me know what you think in the comments below, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.